while the Giants got the big win, they did suffer a massive loss. Malik Nabers, their first-round draft pick a year ago, who was really the bright side of this team. You look at the future of the franchise, he unfortunately goes down in the game with a nasty leg injury. ACL tear is what they find out after, which means he'll be done for the season. So when you want to develop this future of your franchise with Jackson Dart and your best wide receiver, it sucks for the Giants to have to lose Malik Nabers when they do.
Absolutely. One of the bright, like you said it, man, one of the biggest, brightest young stars in the league. He came out of the gates real hot this year. That didn't look like anything real crazy either, but it really does give you Odell vibes.
Yeah.
Remember the last time they had a first-round pick really start to come into his own? He was one of the best receivers in the league. And on the same field, I actually think we have a graphic. Malik, I sent you a graphic over. That's the crazy eerie, how similar check out how similar these two situations were. Can we pull that graphic up real quick, Malik? So it's Jackson. It's yeah, I got you. So it's on the same field, first round pick versus the same team with the same college's quarterback in. So how weird and crazy is that? And then from there, I sent along a list, guys. It's becoming a trend now where that MetLife turf in New York, these are, series of recent injuries on that MetLife turf. It gets more flack than the rest of the league. Now, obviously, that's a huge list. I'm not sure that they're using different turf from the rest of the league, but at some point it's a trend, man. Like, look at how that's going. There's so many major injuries on that turf. Danny, did you have a preference when playing? I know for myself, I loved grass, if it was good grass. When you were playing, was it a little more grass than turf? Because now it's
If you asked any player, I don't care what, maybe kickers. Maybe kickers like kicking off turf, but real football players I'm talking about, they would prefer grass 100% of the time. Like if you polled the players, I would imagine it would be close to 100% that would say we would rather have grass. Now they have, like, science has evolved to a place where the fake turf is better than it was when I played. Like at Giant Stadium and at the Vet in Philly, at some of these other places where we played 30 years ago, it was basically asphalt with a very thin layer of like fake carpet that was awful. It was horrific. Like I didn't even play half the time as a backup, and my back would be sore just from standing on the asphalt. It was such a thin layer. You'd have guys with nasty turf burns all over. They try to wear those white things. And there has been an evolution in the turf game from going from the rubber pellets that are inside to actually using sawdust now and using some different materials to try to replicate it. But there is no substitute for the real thing.
Right.
And that's what the NFL is coming to the realization. And here's what I don't understand. Because I get it's a cost issue, right? It is more expensive to maintain natural grass than it is for turf, which you can set it and forget it.
Right.
How much money does the NFL make? How much money are you paying these players? Why shouldn't this just be a mandate from the NFL to say, you know what? 32 owners, we're sorry, you're going to have to eat this cost. I think they had it at $4 million a year, I want to say, to maintain a grass field, which in the scheme of things is not, it's a drop in the bucket for the NFL owners to put in turf and protect your players.
Well, to these guys, here's how they think. Obviously, to the people at home, this is what you're not seeing, and this is the NFL owners' argument, and it's not a good one. But if you look at a field like MetLife Stadium in New York, New Jersey, they're going to be running shows all year long there. As long as it's not too cold, you run a series of concerts. Think about it down here. Yep. They run a series of concerts, and where the stage is and where the back of house is, the grass gets mangled and ruined, and it's really hard to upkeep. So their thought process is, I own this massive stadium that needs to turn a profit and make us money, and you limit what I can do here if you force me to have grass. Is it a good thing? No, I don't feel like that. I love the method that, if you look at New Jersey and the World Cup coming to town in a year, it's in their contracts that the soccer players they're going to play games at MetLife, but they will not be on that turf because the soccer players and FIFA refuse to do it. So there's got to be something to it.
There's an easy solution too, but it's more expensive, and you can still host all those events. And this even happened because I think I was still on turf at the Giant Stadium, and then when they opened MetLife, this was towards the end of Giant Stadium before they opened MetLife, they would actually have two fields. Mm-hmm. They would have one that was outside in the parking lot, and then they could actually have these pellets together where they could bring it inside. It's not logistically great because it impacts parking out in the field when you have a full football field that you have to maintain outside, but you can take it out and actually have an asphalt or whatever surface you want below the grass and host your concerts, host your games, whatever other events you want to have, and still take care of your players. Like there is the technology and the resources to have grass in every NFL stadium, but it's a cost issue. And NFL owners are greedy, but they need to realize it is much more of a financial loss when you lose a player like Malik Nabers. Yeah. Not only what you're paying him, but the lost development you're using with him and Jackson Dart.
Lost development, lost potential. Because what kind of money comes to a team when you make a deep playoff run? You lose a guy like that, it hampers your team's success. Right, all these teams want to host playoff games, but when a Malik Nabers goes down or a Odell Beckham in his prime goes down, it costs the Giants dearly.
Yeah.
So games that they may have had there is definitely a crazy video. I'm looking for it now. I can't find it, of one of the soccer stadiums. It may very well be Wembley. I don't know if you guys can find it, where they show you how the turf rolls off and the grass rolls on.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, it's got to be an absolute fortune. But
right.
You do it one time and that's it. And you make them number 10 times over in the next decade.
The NFL makes 25, 30 billion a year. They have enough money to do it. They're just being cheap out there when they do that. And Odell Beckham was interesting because we had that stat about him, you know, having the same injury, same Ole Miss quarterback, different era, and he was one of the more ones that's vocal. I'm surprised there weren't more players tweeting about it, current active players, because they've tried to voice their concern. They've tried to make it known, but the owners still have not responded.
Yeah, 100%. And yeah, I think this may be the video. I'm not totally sure.
It's similar though.
But it actually, like, it goes underground. Like the field drops down, the other one raises up, and then then
so
the
there's a
turf rolls.
field where they grow it outside and then they can bring it back in.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It is crazy, some of the tech today. You should take advantage of it. It's stuff that they didn't have in the old days. And you're 100% right when you say, obviously bad grass is a different story. Like there's grass that gets nasty, but when you're in that league, no grass is bad. I mean, I guess in the Northeast it gets real hard, which sucks.
But again, you can have heaters underneath. Like you
can do that.
All these things.
I mean, seriously, there's a method for everything nowadays. When you if you're willing to pay for it, and if you're the team that does do that, I'm sure you win some favor with your players too.